Hi everyone, it's me, Pat. Did you recognize me from behind my binoculars? These are going to help me to see things better. I want to go for a walk outside and use my sense of sight to explore creation. And the binoculars are going to help me take a closer look. Do you remember the story of Zacchaeus? He had to climb a tree so that he could see Jesus and listen to Jesus. That helped him have better sight. And sight is only one of our five senses. God created humanity with five senses. We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, and we can touch or feel things. We need all five senses to experience God's creation. And if we're experiencing God's creation through all of our senses, we can't help but be experiencing God and know that God is with us and that God surrounds us. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next 5 weeks or so. Every week we're going to focus a little bit more on one sense than the other, but they're hard to separate. It's hard to just do one at a time, especially when we go out into nature and surround ourselves with all of the things that we can see and hear and touch and smell, and some things we can taste. So I'm ready to start my journey today. We're going to work on our sense of sight and take a good look at God's creation all around us. Come on, let's go for a walk. First thing I noticed on my walk, I walk by here all the time. I do not remember these tall purple flowers. I love them. You know, we live in Victoria, so we see beautiful, luscious plants all the time. But how often do we zoom in on them and check out what grows in there, or the way it grows, or the shapes or designs that are in there? Look at these beets. This was my final destination. This was the path I was aiming for. But because today I'm trying to think a bit more about what I can see on my journey, all of a sudden it occurred to me, look at that beautiful arbutus tree down there. And look at all the paths around me. All the different ones I could have taken. When I started, I was just aiming for that bench so I could sit and enjoy the water. But now that I'm trying to focus more on seeing God everywhere, more things seem to be catching my eye. And then in particular, can you see it? This path back here. I might never have noticed it on any other day. I wonder where it leads. I wonder where it would take me. Isn't this funny that I just all of a sudden have noticed this because I'm thinking about what I'm seeing? So, in my desire to be more watchful, to use all of my senses, I was driving past this yard, and look what I found. Look at, if you're going by, oh, beautiful flowers. No, they're made out of driftwood. And then he's made these animals. And then this one, look at the expression in that. They're beautiful. And it wasn't until my third or fourth glance that I noticed the face in the bushes. Too often, when I come down to the beach, I get distracted by what I'm walking on. I love collecting some little pieces of driftwood, rocks, shells. My favorite is sea glass. So sometimes I come down here and I forget to look up. I get all caught up in looking down. But look at what I'm missing. Look at what I see, to what I hear, to what I feel. I should be taking my shoes off and feeling these wonderful rocks beneath my feet, not just using my eyes. I need to listen to the animals and smell the sea breeze and feel the wind and feel the salt on my skin. God created humanity so that we could experience creation, so that we could experience God using all of our senses, so that we could see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. Those are our 5 senses. And if we want to experience creation, experience God, we need to do it holistically. We need to do it using all 5 of our senses. So for the next 5 weeks or so, we're going to spend some time learning about each of our senses and how we can use them as a way of praying with God, as a way of being in relationship with God. So it started to rain on my walk, which is nice too. But I came in and I was thinking, well, what else can we do that is about our sense of sight? Did you know that when you were first born, you didn't see color? You just saw shapes. And then slowly your sense of color started to develop. So I have a fun little kind of science experiment that we can do together on color. Come with me. We'll go check it out. Since today we're talking about our sense of sight and what we see, I thought I would do a little experiment with color. Notice I have a circle of Skittles on the plate, and I am going to pour some water very slowly and carefully on all the Skittles. And let's watch and see what happens. There it goes. Isn't that pretty? I love how the colors are coming together. Now this is where I added more water, and so it swirled a bit. These ones didn't, and look at how they're moving straight in like that. Bring it in a little closer. You could try this at home with some Skittles. You just make your design on the edge of the plate and slowly pour warm water over them. I'm going to try a couple more designs. All right, let's check out these two. I've made a happy face right here. And this one was just kind of random. Let's see what happens when I pour the water on. moving a bit. Okay, and I'm not going to mess with them this time. Let's see what happens. These ones are funny. I like them better than just the plain one. And all of the rainbow colors make me think of all of our lessons last week on Pride and the rainbow flag. Maybe we should have made a flag out of Skittles. I wonder why the colors don't mix. I wonder why they only go so far and then they seem to stop. I wonder if it would make a difference if I used hot water or cold water. I used warm water to do these. I wonder if it works with other candies. So many I wonder questions and so much to explore. Earlier this week, I was riding my bike and I stopped at a red light and a bird pooped on my head. Well, not right on my head. It actually pooped on my helmet. Gross, I know. But you know what was the funniest part about it? Is I couldn't believe how loud it was. Like I heard this pop on my helmet. And I definitely saw it because it splattered on me. And I definitely smelled it because bird poop does stink. And I felt it because my shirt was kind of soggy. And you know, we had the whole experience. It's pretty gross. It's not the worst thing that could happen. And it was easily cleaned up. I had some wipes with me. But I kind of started laughing because instead of just thinking, oh, a bird pooped on me, that's gross, I actually experienced it through my senses. We've been talking about senses and I've been taking all of these walks and even though we focused a bit more on our sense of sight this week and zeroing in on colors and what we can see and the shapes of things, all of our senses together allowed me to really experience the bird pooping on my helmet. And that's not a really great one. There are so many great opportunities out there for us to use our senses to experience creation. That's how we experience God, and that's how we know that God is with us every day.